Hey everybody, it's Check Defects coming at you, and we're here for a bit of a contest to see which build for the villager sorter ends up in Jinsue City. Now, the base build itself is pretty much the same for all of these. The mechanics is the same. The first floor is practically the same thing. The only difference is the top roof. So that's what the main difference is going to be for this. So we don't have to worry about functionality and all that. Is primarily aesthetics. Now, in terms of aesthetics, we should be picking something which is going to fit the theme of Jinsue City the best. So which is going to be more realistic, more likely to fit in Jinsue, as well as to pick which looks nice as well. So if this was going to be a real building in the real world, would this be practical, or would this have some sort of function with it? So that's the matter that we're going to be doing it in. So we've had a competition before with just pictures, but we've since then had a couple more entries in, so I've decided to do a video on this so that everyone can get a complete 360-degree view of the entire building and know exactly what it looks like, inside and out, and get a good sense of what each one's like. So without further ado, let's get to it. So first off, I'm just going to show the inside of this thing, so you're going to get to see what it looks like from the inside and what it's supposed to be like. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is the control room, and then we've got your machine room that goes like this, and this is the same throughout every single build. Okay, every single one is going to be the same, just like this, right? You have this big machine room that's here to sort your villagers, and then on the other side, when we go on this side, we come around here. I'm going to speed this up a bit so I can get there more quickly. Okay, and here we have the area where your villagers are going to be. This is where their holding pens are, where they're actually going to be sorted. As you see, there's nitwits here. I don't know why they have potatoes. That's gone. And we have clerics here and cartographers, librarians. So, and we have items in item frames to kind of give people a good sense of what they are just at a glance if you can't see. So this is going to be for fletchers, shepherds for shearers, fishermen with the fishing poles in, farmers with their hoes, and then we have librarians with books, cartographers with maps. Clerics, they always trade. I think they're the only ones that trade rotten flesh, so that's why we have rotten flesh. Nitwits don't trade anything, so that's why it's empty. Armorers for the armor, weaponsmiths for weapons with the sword, toolsmiths with the tools with the pickaxe there, butchers with meat, and leather workers with leather. So that's, and then we have this waterway to basically transport the villagers out from the area and into a system of canals in the Jinsue Empire, to whatever city or town we want to go. I want to take them to. So our first build is this. This is option number 1, and this has to do with the first style, which is based off of a ancient Cambodian style. That's why you have the dome there in the middle, and all of them have this type of dome. Now it's a little bit basically kind of an elongated dome. It's a little bit shorter than what the typical Cambodian domes were like, such as on the Angkor Wat and the other types of temples that they had, or ancient cities and builds. And you can see here now every single one here has a false roof. So not false roof, but it doesn't have a second floor. There is an actual roof there, but there's nothing that will be in there. I'm thinking about putting some villagers inside here, so that you can, if you ever come from outside and you look up, you may see a villager in the windows, which is I thought that'd be a nice touch. So then you could have that there, and then it goes around here, and then you have another little little protruding roof here, another one here. You could stick a villager in there, and then it comes over here, and then you've got another little front roof over that side there, and then this part on the bottom is always the same. The bottom half is always the same. So the top part is the main thing. If you look on the top, you see where the beacon's coming out, and you have an idea of what it looks like from your top profile, like that. And this is based off the original build that we had for the item sorter. So that's there. So this is why we're calling it option 1. Option 2 happens to look like this. This one is the second option that was attempted to be built for the villager sorter, and this one essentially has no real second floor at all. It's obviously there's no second floor. The other one has no real second floor, but it looks like it's got a second floor. This one has sort of a roof canopy type of thing that goes like this, and this is done by Ruan Goofy, and he's created this one here, and he's got a little support wall in the middle, very decorative, and that one's like that there. And if you're looking from the top, the roof profile goes like this. We had a joke because it kind of looked a little bit like the helicarrier from the Avengers from the top. So Ruan and I made a little bit of a joke about that, and he's made a couple of jokes regarding that. But that's his build. So this is option number 2. Now here again is option number 2 with a small change. This would probably be like option 2.5, which would be some additions done by Dunstan, where she has added in some sea lanterns to give this some better lighting. And personally, I think this does look better than the original option 2 because it just looks a lot more brighter. It's not as dark, and otherwise it's the same thing as the previous one. But the thing is, you can actually see it better than option the original option 2, right? So this is, I would call this one option 2.5. Again, for option 2.5, the roof profile is the same. The only thing that's changed is the addition of those sea lanterns that you can see in there. The next option is option number 3 by Kate Endergirl. Now this design does not have the side overhangs as much, but what she's done is she's taken the center overhang and extended it out further. This one has no curving, but it still has the overhangs as before, and she's also changed up this bottom section here so that there's no curves in that. She's added in these fences with some diamond and emerald bling, if you want to say, and has also your sea lanterns on the inside for some added lighting, which generally looks nice as far as I'm concerned. I actually happen to like her dome, especially the dome design that she's come up with. Seems to be a really nice touch for this because it seems to blend in very nicely. We also have on her side the sides here. I think they probably could do with some lighting inside, but yeah, probably wouldn't be able to put a villager in here because the wall is too low, and basically a villager can hop over. But she still makes that little effort to say that this makes it look like it has a second floor. Just needs to add a little bit of lighting, and maybe add some fences across here, and then we'd have a perfect area for a little villager to stay inside to make it look like there's a villager inside. Now from the back, it looks kind of like this. Go here. And if we go around, it goes all the way around like so. Now this option is going to be called option 3 since it's the third entry in this contest to see which one is going to be the final build in the Jinsue Empire on Empire Minecraft. The fourth and final option is option number 4, which was a mix between option number 3 and option number 1. Option number 1 originally made by Check the Effects, but that's myself, and option number 3 made by Kate Endergirl. Now you can see the elements of option number 1 in this, in that you still have the overhangs now and the roof now curving a little more, and the overhangs that are here with your little room in there where you can have a villager put in. This originally, of course, has the dome that was designed by Kate Endergirl and option number 3. And again, on this side you can see the same thing that's on the other side of the build. This time we use a kind of blended style between option number 1 and option number 3 for this particular overhang. Just as Kate Endergirl had this stretched out, so it is continued to stretch out. However, it is now curved a bit more, and it juts out just a little bit more. And also you have this white concrete that's put as the front face, and you actually have a little villager inside who can, once in a while come peek out the window to see if anyone's out there. And also you've got your same little elements of emeralds and diamonds, just as option number 3 had. So here we have the top profile for option number 4, and I can say in terms of difficulty for these builds, they're probably roughly around the same level of difficulty, give or take an inch or so. They're going to be built with schematica anyways, so anyone would be able to pick up and be able to build these. So I don't think that build difficulty will be a deciding factor for deciding these things. Remember that when you're deciding on which one you like, what we're looking for is what is going to be the most suitable for Jinsue City, what looks to be the most practical, what's something that you most likely will see in real life, and then also, of course, as far as looks are concerned, which do you think is the better? So we're going to be putting this on our Discord server for up for a vote. For those of you who are in our Discord server, please go ahead and submit your votes. Remember to keep in mind that when you are voting, to select something that actually looks practical, as well as something that probably be more likely to be seen in ancient East Asia that would fit the theme of the Jinsue Empire. Then go ahead and out of those, pick what you think is your favorite one to go into the Jinsue Empire in Jinsue City. We'll be putting the winning build into the Villager Center in Jinsue City. So until next time, this is Check the Effects. I will see you next video. Peace.